All right, folks, we are live.
Woohoo!
Welcome aboard. Glad you found us, Sharon. Out of out of nowhere, just popping up in people's feeds. It's cool.
I'm still getting situated a little bit here.
And we've already got our first spam message on the Kick platform, having only been there for the first broadcast ever, 15 minutes in. We'll make you famous.
Oh, good grief.
And I have not figured out how to clear that message out. So more technology to learn. All right.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see how many people we can get in here a little
okay.
bit. So we'll kind of
Yeah.
break the ice a bit and have a conversation. We are going to be talking about NRE. We're going to be talking about all that excitement that happens when you first get into the lifestyle.
The pleasure paradox, chasing your dopamine, and ethical non-monogamy, addictive behavior.
Yeah.
So,
All that.
yeah. I mean, I've experienced some of that. I think we all do.
We all do.
Because, hello, dopamine.
That's what this whole thing is about, because we've all been there, done that.
Yeah.
So to speak. And if you haven't,
just wait.
Welcome aboard.
Just wait.
Welcome aboard. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, look at that. 2 viewers there. Kick. Nobody. Twitch. Yeah. Could be a light show. We'll see.
That's okay. It's going to be a good episode.
It's going to be fun. We always have fun.
I love this part of
This
my
is,
day, of my week.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the part that we enjoy about
Yes.
running a podcast. It's the podcasting part, like the actual sitting down face to face, recording,
Yeah,
having a conversation.
It's akin to a Broadway show. Right? This is the show. Everything else is the marketing, ticketing, paying the actors.
This is the song and dance part.
You know, making sure the cleaning crew came, vacuuming the theater. Like, I mean, that's 80% of behind a production.
Yeah, of course. This is the glossy 20% of all of the work. I mean, you don't see what's going on behind the big green curtain.
Nope.
Well, except for in this particular case, because you guys are all watching it live, so you get to see us make all the mistakes, do the things, and roll with it, like all good stage performers.
Yeah.
Like all good stage performers.
I still haven't found a happy place for my phone.
Yeah, and the last episode that we did, you kind of moved it like right in the camera, and I was like, oh my God.
I know. Well, now you gave me this big screen, which I asked for, but now I'm.
See, you be careful. If you ask for it, you're gonna get the big thing.
Ooh.
Right in your face.
Oh.
One can hope.
One can hope. Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams.
Well, let's see.
Hey, we're 5 minutes in.
Concurrent viewers, 1 views. Want more people to trickle in. Get the full experience.
I know.
That's the right one? No. All right, we'll close that. Cool. Well, let's go for it. They'll catch it on the flip-flop. So once we're done recording all these live sessions, we do put them up on YouTube. I don't know if I can say that. Yes, I can say that on Twitch. I have to be very careful what we say or do in Twitch. I can't put all of the chats from all of the people on the screen. Otherwise, Twitch gets mad.
Gotcha. Yes, so you're 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 in the play, but you're also pulling the curtains behind the scene. Yeah, it's challenging. This is very challenging.
All right, let's just do it.
All right, do the intro.
I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay.
Welcome to Swinger University. I'm Ed.
And I'm Phoebe.
Today is going to be really fascinating because we dive into NRE, or new relationship energy. We talk about some novelty aspects of the lifestyle and how that really kind of triggers all of the pleasure centers in your brain. And we're going to talk about
a pleasure paradox.
Yep. We're going to talk about chasing dopamine and, of course, the whole addictive aspect of ethical non-monogamy. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time with it. All right. We are in it. And we're doing the thing. Oh yeah, I might as well mark that too. Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit. We've talked about new relationship energy before from the aspect of you and single males. The hot wife aspect.
Right.
Of it.
Right. And did you want me to elaborate?
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about single males or your hot wife experience.
Well, let's go into like a little bit first, and then I'll provide that as an example.
Okay. I was excited to talk about you. And
I know. So with the new relationship energy, scientific chemical thing that goes on with all of us, you've got your dopamine, your serotonin, your norepinephrine.
Norepinephrine. Oh, wow. Now you got me all tongue tied. Norepinephrine.
That's it.
I can't look at your phonetics. I have to just say it.
And then that equals desire and attraction.
Right.
And then the oxytocin creates the bonding.
Right.
And so it's this powerful cocktail that like hits us like cocaine.
Yeah.
And there's a book I was reading called Dopamine Nation by Anna Lembke. She's a MD. And she had some really fascinating data in this book. I highly recommend it. Some of this was fascinating to me. I want to call this out. Let's just say your dopamine levels are like at your base level.
Right. Let's just talk about your normal baseline. You wake up in the morning and you've had your cup of coffee and you're at your normal level of whatever. What is that?
Yeah. Right. You're just normal baseline. Right. Okay. So after you had your cup of coffee, you decide, I want a little piece of chocolate. Oh, well, now your dopamine levels just went up 55%. 55% just from a piece of chocolate. Now, let's say, come by 10 o'clock, you're feeling a little frisky. You work with your partner at home, and you're like, I want a little, or maybe it's lunchtime, and you're like, I want a little nooner. I want to take a break. Yeah. Oh, now your dopamine just went up 100% over your baseline.
Right.
Fascinating. I didn't know this. Now, after your little rendezvous between the sheets, you're like, I could really use a cigarette right now. That was just fabulous. Oh, that's 150% over your baseline.
Right.
Now, what I don't know is it additive? Like, does the chocolate with the sex with the cigarette like make it, 300% over?
Right.
I mean, is it a cumulative? Maybe could be.
I don't know. That's a very good question.
At a party, let's just say you're a smoker, you go out, you have a smoke, then you come back in and you're into the white fluffy stuff called snow. The snow is going to add an extra 225% over your normal baseline. So now you've had the 150 with the nicotine, you've had your 225. Now you're up, into 500 or so percent.
Right.
I think that was correct math. Maybe not. Might not quite that close. If you want to take it up even more and you're into amphetamines, that's 1,000% over your baseline dopamine level,
Right.
which is crazy.
Right. And that really kind of nails why some people get addicted
Yeah.
to the drugs, because it is such it's a brain high, right? Like it's releasing all of these feel good chemicals up in your brain. Now, of course, we don't mention the side effects of like cocaine, which is severe wallet anxiety and loss. And when you don't talk about amphetamine, which is loss of dental work and, you know,
Is that the scratching of the face or is that something else?
yeah, it'll happen with that too. Right.
Oh.
So severe facial dismemberment, it typically happens with methamphetamines.
So dopamine can hit pretty darn hard, and it can last. I mean, you as a swinger, you could be doing this for 6 months, for 5 years. I mean, going at it, it could be pretty darn steady.
Right.
And as you go, depending on how often you're doing things and when you're doing them, or for how long you're doing them, it the length could vary.
Right.
You've got the people, the events, the resorts, and the types of relationships that are all going to be different factors for your dopamine high.
Right. So here's some factors that we can talk about. So one of the things that you can think about is if you live in an area that has maybe a lifestyle club where you could go at every week, like every Saturday night, that's your thing. That means Saturday night, you're guaranteed to see stuff that's going to increase that dopamine level in your head, and you are signed up for it. So if you've got that need, that addiction to that feeling, every week you're there. And then you start to wonder, like, how long can you sustain that? How long can you keep that up, so to speak?
And I think later in the episode, I'm not sure if I talk about it down there, but I probably do. But I was starting to think about when there's a certain amount of that addiction comes in, where you've gone to that club and you've seen and felt and had an experience, and now you bring that home, and now it's in your brain. And so now,
that memory, the sounds.
Now when you think about it, it instantly triggers that same response. And with true addiction, all you have to do is think about it.
Correct.
And you want it, which is why the step programs are so important for addicts, because you really do have to change your habits drastically. You have to change you have to beef up your support system, change all your friends, remove yourself from those environments, because you're still going to have and reach out to your sponsor, because when you think about it, your body starts to feel the craving or feel that need.
Right.
Because of the brain is powerful.
It's the brain drugs, the chemicals.
The chemical drugs. Yeah.
So let's talk about this, because
wait. Well, am I going to talk about the single male?
Well, that's what I was going to get into.
Okay.
We've talked about the chemical aspect of it, but we haven't really talked about, well, how does that apply to new relationship energy? Like, what is that?
Yes. Okay. So I felt it bigly.
Oh boy. You went there.
I did go there. When the single male was giving me attention, it was attention from somebody else. It was attention in a text message initially. And usually text messages don't do anything for me. But this guy had a way with words.
He was talented.
He was very talented with his words. And we met at a bar, all three of us. We had it was great. And then we set up a date. And then when he came over, the interaction was incredible. It was lovely.
We had a great time.
It was a lot of fun. But that was a different kind of high than what we have experienced with a couple or in an orgy. And it I found myself thinking while I was going on walks, listening to other podcasts, I found myself just my mind kind of wandering and thinking about that interaction. And it bothered me a bit
Right.
because I didn't want that to I didn't want to be thinking about it a lot. It started to consume my thoughts, I felt, a little bit more
Right.
during the day than I wanted to, and that made me uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
I knew that was the chemical reaction still happening in my body.
Right.
And it does take probably a good 3 to 5 days for that to dissipate. So I just waited it out and I talked with you about it and I
Mm-hmm.
said, look, this is making me uncomfortable.
Right. I don't know what to do with these
I
feelings.
don't know what to do with these feelings. I know they're not real feelings. They're valid feelings, but
Sure.
they're not feelings that are going to make me uh change or move my mind on like our connection.
Right.
But it was oddly weird to kind of stand outside my body and look at myself and go, God, it feels like I'm a teenager again, or
Yeah.
it's just so powerful. It was bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. You that the triggering of that dopamine, that new experience caused your body to feel good things. The memories of that were triggering the dopamine release to be continued.
Yes.
And then because it was novel, it was
Yeah.
different.
Yes.
That novelty also triggered you to
Mhm.
think about it because it wasn't something that you were used to.
Right. Right. So so we had a few more interactions in that regard with singles, but I decided that's probably not for me
Yeah.
because it just it messed with my head a little bit too much. I didn't like I didn't like thinking about somebody else like
Right.
that in that way or
Right.
looking forward to that. Now would it have gotten better if after I got used to it over time? Possibly. But how long would that
With that,
take?
yeah, I don't know. I
Because
don't
the
know.
newness of swinging kind of dissipated for us. Oh, I don't know. It didn't even get close to dissipating until like maybe around year 10, maybe year 11,
Right.
where we have over time been to enough events, had enough experiences, been to enough venues and resorts and meet and greets, et cetera,
Right.
that we were kind of like, yeah, you know,
Been there,
kind of
done that, got
been
the
there.
t-shirt.
Yeah, yep. Kind of know what to expect.
Yeah. That novelty had kind of worn off.
Yes.
It wasn't new and shiny. The new swinger smell, so to speak, kind
Yeah.
of rubbed off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which is actually a really good segue to our next section, which is about
Yes.
novelty and how novelty, our brains crave novelty.
They do. They do.
So that's 100% reason why everybody has their new phone every year because it's new, it's novel.
Yep.
And the long and short of it is it it it's not much different than your existing phone. I mean, especially this particular one.
Right.
This year, it's 10% thinner and it's got 1 hour more battery life. So companies, sales companies, organizations prey on that novelty because all of our brains crave it. Like we live for this as human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half the reason why NRE is so powerful because it's different, it's novel, it kind of breaks you out of your normal routine. And we like trying new things.
Well, and it's and on a scientific level, I mean, it's innate to our survival.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of our evolution. We we crave new foods, or we need to seek new foods. We like seeking out new people and new interactions and new places.
Right.
It's just part of that innate ness of our being.
Right.
And so, as we said before, dopamine is going to be that primary driver. It rewards the pursuit of novelty.
Right.
So it's quite the loop that you get going. And it does dopamine release different amounts in each person. So each person's reward pathway is going to be a little different. And so once again, what's it's not universal to everybody. Not everybody's going to have that same experience
Right.
in
That
the
same
lifestyle.
level of reaction, that feeling. Right.
Yeah. And we've seen we had a couple that we really, really liked that started off here and they just went
Oh yeah. It was straight into orbit.
P and V.
Yep.
I mean, you could tell they just blasted off. They started off probably at meet and greets and then went to
Then they were
house parties.
hosting
Then they were
like
hosting
20-person orgy house party things.
and then
Then they were vanilla hunting.
drugs started coming into part of the experience of
Right.
it all.
Right.
And then, yes, then they were vanilla hunting. And then, I mean, it just, wow, they were doing all of it. And I think they may have tried dating separately even for a while. So they tried all of it. I don't know if they went to poly, which is always my fear, is like, oh my God, if we start here, then we're going to be like having
We don't
more.
have a big enough house to go poly. I'm just saying, they'd have to sleep here in the podcast room.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with poly. I'm not inferring
absolutely
that
not.
at all. I just know that's not for me. My brain wouldn't be able to manage all that. My emotions wouldn't be able to manage all that.
It's a thing.
Yeah, but some people are really wired for that. And I love that for them. I really do. So we can all get high on novelty, and eventually it can be normalized, as I was talking about earlier.
Right.
We can get a bit desensitized, as you mentioned, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Yeah. And it's that aspect where your body gets so used to that elevated level of dopamine that it takes more and more and more to get excited about it. And eventually, meh.
Yeah.
You're not so interested in it.
Yeah, and at times, the FOMO will kick in, and then we like to seek out the new, and then maybe we've got an addiction cycle kind of happening again. And I say addiction cycle, I mean lightly. Like you can be a full addict when it's impacting your daily life, but then sometimes you're a light addict, maybe, where you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other word is for not quite an addict, but. And now we have the pleasure paradox.
Yeah, go ahead and jump into that.
Do we have some questions though before I?
We do. And actually, could you address that one?
I lost my screen.
You lost it. Oh,
I know.
Here, try that. Is it back?
Oh, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Let's see. I don't get caught up in NRE anymore because 9 out of 10 such flings don't go anywhere. And I have to be selective about taking on new people because of time and energy constraints. Oh man, do I know about time and energy constraints? So this is a comment that we're reading from our live feed. Yeah, I get NRE from not just a connection with someone, but I'll get the NRE from just the social engagement. Like to me, that's kind of new relationship energy as well.
Right.
Where
right.
You've met somebody new and they share your perspective and you're like, oh my God, you're just like me. Oh my gosh, I have the same thing, or I think the same way, or I feel the same way. And what about X, Y, and Z?
Mm-hmm.
So then you want to go back and you want to engage with that person, which, sometimes people call that just friendship. But yes, it's in that social setting that gives me that feeling that I the feeling of belonging and just acceptance. And that's really lovely. And I think I will always have that, and I'll always miss it when I don't have it. But it's a lovely place to be. Um, Someone asked what vanilla hunting is. Oh, so vanilla hunting is when you're, let's just say, Ed and I are at a bar, and our bartender is very sexy. Let's just say it's a woman. This actually is kind of a true story. It
This is a
really
very
happened.
true story.
And we are just, we're waiting for our table to open up. We're at the bar, we're having a drink. And our bartender was a woman, and she was just very sexy. Like, she was wearing sexy clothes, and her confidence, so her attitude was very sexy. She was very confident. She would smile, and I swear she would just wink at you without winking. Like, you could tell she was just being super flirty. And I was like, and she kept coming back to us. So I kept trying to have private conversations with Ed, like, is she flirting with us? What do you think? Should we, right? And so she kept coming back and giving us all this extra attention. And I said, we could totally vanilla hunt her. So we thought she was a non-swinger, not in the lifestyle, but definitely interested in us. And maybe she really was a swinger.
Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. Well, we didn't find out.
No, but the theory is you flirt and with someone who's not even in the lifestyle and snile. I said snile. In the
different.
lifestyle. I haven't even been drinking. And you convert them. You hunt them down.
Right.
You hunt a vanilla.
Even if it's only for one night, one evening, a little bit of fun.
Right. Or you're in a bar and you're dancing and you're super flirty, and all of a sudden you're dragging a single woman home,
Yeah.
obviously with consent, home to your house, and she's like, woohoo, what happens one night stays, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Right. And then off she goes. And then later in her 60s, she goes, oh, that one night in my 20s when, yeah.
That time in Vegas.
Yeah. So let's see. Another question. Oh, Ken of Ken. I love Ken of Ken. The real NRE magic for me isn't what I chase. It's the unexpected. Like when someone you're into but assume would never be into tells you the same thing.
Yeah, that is pretty exciting. That's that unexpected. Me? It's very flattering to get that kind of unexpected validation, if you will.
Yes, I have had that happen. We were in Costa Rica when that happened. We were in the pool, and there was somebody Ed and I had already had like a little sideline conversation because we really wanted to kind of hone in on a couple of the couples and try to make a date, like a dinner date coming up or a potential play date. We really wanted to be more forward with our next conversation because we really liked them. So we were getting our strategy together. And so I was like, nope, yes, definitely, nope, as we were going around the pool. And so that we knew where we were going to spend our time because we'd already had conversations with a lot of these people.
Yeah.
And one of the nopes was actually like, yes, after I saddled up next to him at the bar, got my drink, and he started talking to me. And something about what he was saying was different than before. And then all of a sudden we were kissing. And then once we were kissing, oh man.
It was all over then.
It was all over. Like
dopamine kicked in.
There was something about that kiss that was just like fire. And I'm like, oh yes, my mind's changed. Yes, this person just moved to the top of the list.
Yeah, for sure.
It was so much fun. We've definitely had situations like that where
just not expecting anything to happen that night,
Yeah.
and then the next thing you know, we're like in a playroom or something's happened, and
Yeah. Which is why I don't completely ever write somebody off.
right,
I just use the nope, nope, yes, definitely for where, like I said, where we're gonna focus our energy, because you can't pursue six couples at the same time. You kind of have to. You can, but you also have to lock in one if you're
right.
gonna get anywhere.
Unless you just say all six of you party in our room, come on down.
That's right, and that
That has
has
happened
happened.
also.
That has happened.
So
Pleasure
p- part
paradox.
of this is this whole, addiction cycle that we've been talking about, but then there's this constant bombardment of the pleasure centers in your brain. So they're just being hit over and over and over again,
Yeah.
basically everyday life. And this is probably the best example. And this is why a lot of people have issues with social media. A lot of psychologists are having, scientists are having issues with social media because that like dopamine scrolling, you even hear
Yes.
people refer to it as that,
Yes.
where you're looking for the next funny, cute, entertaining podcast that just happens to pop up on your screen and you jump into the live room, right? Like we're doing this all day long. Most people are.
Yeah. You do it way more than I do.
I do.
I don't on purpose, because it's a time suck and I could be there forever, and I have so
Yeah.
little time. I need all my time.
Yeah.
So it's everyday life has become this all-time high, and
Right.
society has really been drugified. The drugified is normal.
Right.
And normal and healthy activities like sex, eating, playing games, etc. Is even drugified. It's
Yeah. I mean, here's some common like vanilla things that we could talk about. Food. They add things to food to make them more savory, more tasty, more who knows what they're
right.
putting in there. So you can't eat just one, right? Like they even have commercials talking about how
Oh yeah.
addictive the food is.
The chip. Remember we watched the documentary on the chip and the science behind the
Yes,
potato chip and the special machine they
they
had
to
designed,
create that crunching sensation and how long it lasted and yeah, all of that.
and the flavor and
They've
how it
perfected it.
dissipates on your palate and how it moves around your mouth. I mean, there is
Yeah.
some serious science behind a potato chip.
And then we can talk about just sex in general. It's not only available anywhere. I mean, we're all walking around with little porn machines in our pockets all the time,
Yeah.
but it's on TV too. And and I'm glad that it's becoming a little bit more normalized and that people aren't freaking out about sex as much as they used to. But television shows now, right? It like they're full blown sex scenes. And because most people watch TV on cable, we're talking like full frontal nudity most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Like the only thing they don't show is penetrative sex
Right.
yet.
Right.
Yet.
Right.
Game of Thrones in a couple seasons, you never know. I mean, you just get there.
Right.
Um, but kind of peeling back even from the sex scenes and that kind of aspect of it, think about how fashion has evolved and how even like a halftime show at the Super Bowl
Mm.
is very sexualized. Like everything about pretty much anything that we do in entertainment, it's like very sexily dressed. They're gyrating their hips. And, this has been going on for a long time because
Sure.
Elvis's
Elvis.
biggest problem
Yeah.
was that he gyrated his hips and it was very sexual. And so people had huge problems with Elvis Presley and his dance moves.
Yep.
And it hasn't changed, right? Like there's still this constant flooding of sexual imagery in pretty much everything we do. Um, I prefer that to then maybe the constant violent, stimulus that we're getting all the time too. But it does become kind of desensitized over time,
Yeah, and due to that constant dopamine high
right?
outside of our normal dopamine levels,
Right? That just woke up
yep,
level. Yep.
the brain really does try to regulate by seeking balance.
Yeah.
And thus reducing your dopamine production because it's trying to seek balance, which is why the theory is a lot of people are kind of slipping into that depressive state
Right.
because your brain is constantly trying to regulate that,
Right.
and it becomes this chronic dopamine deficit where the spike is less and less, but you need more
Right.
to get high.
Well, and part of that too is that the level that you've become accustomed to is so disproportionately high that when you're not at that level, you feel like you're wrong.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
the real kind of danger part about that is I feel terrible when I'm not doom scrolling on my phone
Yeah.
or when I'm not
Or
eating
I'm
food or when I'm not
bored.
having sex.
Yeah.
That's where it's really bad because you've gotten so used to this weirdly high level of excitement all the time that
Mhm.
everything at a normal level, which would have been like, wow, this was a great experience, has now it's not so great.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then why? Right? And four factors have increased: the quantity,
Yep.
the access or availability, the
Yep.
potency, and the novelty.
Yeah.
And this all affects the dopamine center of the brain.
Yes.
And so when you're chasing a dopamine high and perhaps have that ENM, ethical non monogamy, addictive behavior, that dopamine is going to be extremely sensitive to novelty.
Yep.
And I will say that secrecy that we used to have,
Yeah.
that was really exciting.
Oh yeah. You feel like you're getting away with
Oh,
something.
yeah.
It's the
Oh
ooh,
my God.
if the neighbors only knew what we were
If
doing.
my parents knew, like if the neighbors knew, like you feel like, I remember the first time I had sex, I swear to God, I felt like I had a neon sign on my forehead and I felt like everyone was going to know because I looked different.
Right.
Like people would just look at me and they'd go, oh, "You're no longer a virgin." Right?
Right.
And nobody fucking knew.
No.
But
They
but
do
that
that
was
in
the
the
same.
movies all the time.
I know.
They're like, you've got a glow about you.
You've got
You got laid.
I know. So it was the same thing when we'd go out, right? And then
Right.
we were raising children at the time
Yeah.
that we were doing this, and they were teenagers and they were very aware of what was going on, like around the household and
Right. Not specifically the swinging, but
no,
yes.
but they were very keen on noticing how patterns started to change for us.
Nosy little bastards. They saw
Yeah.
everything.
Where you going? What you doing? Why are you dressed like that? How come you're wearing a long coat? It's really hot outside. What's in the bag? Why are you taking a bag? Like, oh my God. All the questions. And so once the questions, we realized they were much smarter than we thought they were. I'd start sneaking the bag into the trunk, into the
Right.
car, like hours before, so they didn't see us leaving with it. Right.
Yeah.
And then then I wouldn't wear the coat and I'd change in the car. I'd wear something completely different.
Right.
Oh my gosh. But it was annoying, but that was exciting because we're
Sure.
like
We were
getting away with
something.
something. We're like,
We were getting
dun, 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 dun.
we had a secret. We were part of
Yeah.
the secret
I know. See,
swinger
I'm
society.
getting all like supercharged just by thinking about it because
Right?
it was so exciting. And now we're out and it's not exciting anymore.
Well. So one of the other aspects that I think a lot of people get hooked on are swinger vacations. And
oh, yes.
you know, depending on, we'll just pick on them, the resorts, they're all inclusive. Alcohol is freely flowing. There's like a critical mass of naked people running around doing naughty secret things. So, and then there's pool games, right?
Yes. And
Like
dance parties.
it's like the best vacation ever.
Oh,
because you
yeah.
get to be naked with other people.
And theme nights, and you get to shop for the theme nights ahead of time, which
Right.
adds to the excitement. I
Right.
know.
Some people get really hooked on that. And we have heard, and I don't know how they afford it, but obviously in a totally different tax bracket than we are, but going to like hedonism multiple times a year or desire multiple times a year, that's freaking great. But are they chasing that like that high? Are they trying to get back to that feeling of where they were
Hmm.
before? And is that what that's about? I mean, some of it's the relationships too.
Yeah, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean,
Other than we can't go, but
right.
besides that,
And a lot of people will I'm sure they well, I'd like to think that they budget for it. That's the accountant in me thinking that they're budgeting for that. Um, but but a lot of people can't play in their town, and so
right,
that's what they look forward to twice a year because they have to be out of the country or
right,
out of their state to do that.
right,
So there are also positive benefits to the relationship, where you're justifying, that it's a good thing.
right,
Um, then there's that pleasure seeking where you're, maybe the next event's going to be bigger, better. And we did that too,
right, right.
because the events that we were going to in the beginning were just, oh my God,
They were a little snoozy.
they were so snoozy.
We had a couple that were really good,
So,
which started us off on that,
yeah,
and then there was like this weird lull in the middle,
yeah.
um,
And
like the first 6 months
and
or a year. Yeah,
honestly, I think because we we were for me, I was so desirous of trying to figure out what's going on or why everyone else seemed to have it figured out or how everyone else is doing it or
right,
what's the secret sauce
right, right.
that we just kept going because we kept feeling like we were just failing at it.
Yeah,
Just like we're like,
we're gonna fake it till we make it.
yeah. And so we give ourselves homework. We're like, we didn't talk to anybody again. Oh my God. We're such dorks. And they were like, okay, well, we got to give ourselves homework. So this time we're going to talk to at least one couple. And then so we would beeline it over to a couple. And then we increased it to 3 couples every event. Got to talk to at least 3 couples every event. And then eventually we got used to it and we got used to seeing some of the same faces and then we
Right.
started to feel comfortable in the community. But it took a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it took a long time. It was so awkward and it was infuriating because here we are in our 40s doing this and
Starting over,
starting over
essentially.
and I'm
Yeah.
like I feel like a freaking teenager. I'm like this like why
Those awkward, like,
I hate this
what are we
awkwardness.
doing?
Bleh.
How do we
I'm an
talk to
adult
people?
now.
Right.
It was so annoying. Then, did you want to say something? I know I'm talking a lot.
No, this is good. I remember those early years with some like, oh, if I'd known then what I know now, maybe we wouldn't have gone to those parties. Maybe we would have just switched up parties. But at the time, that was all that we knew that was going on. But yeah. Oh, okay. So here's
He-
kind of Ken comments. Yeah,
So he did Hito for the first time, 3 years ago. And that is nuts. It's like the Jedi final exam for swingers. Nonstop play. It's awesome, but once a year is enough, even if the money is no object.
Yeah, and for those who have not been to hedonism, the comparison that I've heard between desire and hedonism, because we haven't been to desire, but we have been to hedo, is hedonism's like that party that's on 11 all the time. Like it's the hip place. So if you really want to hook up with other couples, like hedo's the place to go. And desire's a little bit more like slow to warm up and a little bit more on the whining and dining aspect and less on the hedonism of the whole thing.
Right. And hedonism has a lot of groups that go. So if you can go with a group that fits your preference,
Yeah.
then that's even more fun.
Right.
And
Even more chance for trouble.
I will say you can step away from the go, go, go
Sure.
there as well. There are parts of that resort that are nice and quiet, and you can just rest and recharge and do your own thing, take a down day. That's super easy to do there. And I did plenty of that because I don't always like being in the fray. But if you want to be in the fray 24/7, absolutely.
Yeah. And actually this is a good thing. I don't even think we put it in the outline, but we did talk about it in, oh no, it's in here, towards the seeking the balance. But we haven't talked about it yet, and that's this sense of FOMO, and that's this fear of missing out. And
Oh,
hedonism
yeah.
certainly kicks up FOMO, because even if you're on the, I don't even think they call this anymore. They used to call it the prude side and the nude side.
Yeah, I think they
Um,
rebranded that.
yeah, I think they got rid of it because I think they felt like they
Garden.
were leaving people out,
Yeah.
or made them feel bad because they were on the non-party side of the
Right.
island.
Right.
But let's say you do decide to go take a nap, or you do decide to take it down a notch because you were up all night and you were drinking and dancing and doing all the fun stuff. You hear the party going on, or you see it, you see all the people going there, and you're like, oh man, I'm missing out. There's something great going on right now, and
I
I
know.
am missing it.
I know.
So one of the other addictive things is you have this fear of missing out on that next experience, or that couple that's potentially going to get away, that you got to get them while it's good, because otherwise you're going to miss out and they're going to be gone. And we definitely felt that a number of times.
Yeah, and I will feel FOMO very strongly when one of our couple friends is going on one of those
Right.
a fun trip, and I'm like, oh, dang it, I can't go, or I really want to go, but I can't, and then they're there, and I'm like, text me pictures, keep me up to date, because
Right.
I have to live by through them.
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
yeah, I know. I don't know why that affects me so much. Usually it affects me when I'm not having enough fun in my own life. If my pie of life has gotten a little out of balance and I need to take more time for me,
Right.
that's usually when I feel FOMO more, because I'm missing more of just that.
The escape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the escape of the grind, the day in and day out grind of things.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I have a few other things I wanted to talk about, but I'm not sure I want to go there. I was going to talk about my journey and stuff, but where are we on time? Because we might just skip down to
Yeah,
seeking balance.
we're at about 45 minutes in.
Yeah. So let me do a little bit of this. I'll do a little part. Part of my journey in the lifestyle was when we came out with our faces,
Right.
it felt like this imposter syndrome, because we were getting compliments. Oh my God, I love your podcast, blah, blah, blah. And we're
Right.
like, we're not really anybody. We just sit behind a microphone and we do this thing.
Right.
Um, but it was great because we got good feedback, which kept us motivated. But then it was weird because it was like this weird dichotomy, and then the novelty of kind of that wore off, and I'm not sure really where I'm going with this. My outline is sucking right now at this point.
Well,
But
I'll pitch in a little bit here, because I think we definitely got to a point where the newness, the excitement, the kind of the novelty of being secret had gone away, right? Because we'd come out.
yes, so the secrecy had gone away.
So we lost a little bit of that
Yes.
dopamine rush. But then there was also a weird thing that happened right around that time, where we decided that we were going to treat it more like a business,
The podcast.
the podcast.
Right.
And because of that, it became a lot more serious, and we wanted to get more listeners, and we wanted to like get followers on social media and do that whole thing.
Well, and because we wanted to reach more people, because
Exactly.
being a podcaster and advertising a podcast is extremely difficult. A lot of people don't even know what a podcast is right now. So you have to advertise it. And I hate advertising.
Well, yeah, that became, I think, the biggest kind of piece of imposter syndrome for us was it felt uncomfortable to market and to
Yeah.
push the podcast because we did it for fun. We did
Yeah.
it to help other people and to communicate, all of these crash and burn scenarios that we'd been through and the awkward kind of teenage years of starting as a swinger, so to speak.
Right.
Um, and once we'd kind of like got that train rolling,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of got away from us a little bit. And I think that's where the novelty of the whole thing for us had kind of worn off. And that's where we've tried to like reinvent and
Yeah.
change the podcast so that it was fun and novel and interesting for us again.
Yeah. And then well, and we are in year like 11 or 12 now, and the novelty of swinging has dissipated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as new and exciting as it used to be for us, for
Right.
sure.
Right. And so it's the focus now has changed for us. The focus really is not so much on the sex aspect of it.
Right.
It's more focused on the community and building those relationships and having great fun with people, conversations, maybe traveling with them. We've got friends that we travel with sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's really nice because you can be very open with those individuals and you feel more complete.
Right.
You're not hiding anything. Nothing's a secret. It's all out there. And
Yeah.
it's very freeing. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to be able to do that. So it's interesting how it's shifted over time. Now, will we make, will it shift again? I'm sure it will.
Well, we just heard about a fantastic party that
Oh my
had us
gosh.
super excited and tons of FOMO just hit us. So,
No.
holy crap.
Okay, so let's tell them.
We want to go.
So we're in the Swinger Mastermind group. It's a bunch of promoters getting together and event coordinators and people in the industry, and we all support one another and share ideas. So one of the promoters in there does a event every summer up to 1,800 people
Yeah, he's trying to get, he thinks they're going to be up to 1,800 this year.
in Oklahoma on 120 acres of land. He's got security, he's got food trucks, DJs, vendors, bathrooms, showers.
Hot air balloons.
Hot air balloons. You could go naked in a hot air balloon. Like, what is not to love about
You could have
that?
sex in a hot air balloon.
I will say it is very hot air balloons can be pretty dangerous. I've ridden in one. The landings are pretty rough. So if you're naked, probably not a good idea.
So-
wear a cup.
Bring some support.
Don't
Don't get
break
caught
your-
on the basket.
Yeah, don't. No. Yes, and so it's camping. So you're bringing your RV, you bring your tent, whatever you want to stay in, and I think it's only for 3 days, maybe 4.
Yeah, I didn't get all the details on it, but just how many people were going to be there and the kinds of fun things that they were doing.
Yeah.
Some of the contests and fun activities that he was describing. It just sounds like a hoot.
Yeah, he kind of described it kind of like a burner event, like Burning Man with swinging, and it's kind of a mashup.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, those kinds of experiences, which are just like sensory, super exciting. Now you can see how this kind of fits in with this episode, right?
yeah.
I'm hearing all of these really exciting, thrilling things going
Yeah.
on, novel things that I've never tried before, like
Right.
having sex in a hot air balloon. never done that before.
Right?
Absolutely. Now it is on my bucket list, which is one of those things where it's like, damn, I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I have to do it.
Right?
Oh my God.
I know. And the theme is going to be like summer of love. So 60s, flower power, all kinds of fun stuff. So Ed and I were like, right before the episode, we're like, oh my God, maybe we should try and make this event happen. Maybe we could get some cheap tickets to Oklahoma.
Right.
Fly down there.
You're a hub.
And then what was my second thought? My very second thought was, I'm not going to get any sleep.
Yeah. Which is a whole other thing.
Because we're going to be in a tent, and I'm not going to get any sleep. Hotel. There are hotels nearby, and they have shuttles that will shuttle you back and forth. Maybe that's what we do.
Or we rent
Make
a
some friends.
truck or something when we sleep in the back and we take our new tent thing.
Oh.
But still, if there's a big party going on around, the FOMO kicks in really hard when you hear that going on. So I don't know. Well, we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
There's a hot air balloon with my name on it.
Here are the real life discussions of what we're talking about. Because now I'm thinking maybe I do want to go with the hotel route because I can separate myself from the constant stimulus because I do need my downtime.
Right. Prune side.
Because I get too overstimulated. So I have to woosah. And then I can go and jump back in. So maybe the hotel would be great. And then I come back.
We'll see. We'll see.
But you do miss a lot of connections when you kind of remove and come back and you remove yourself.
Yeah, we've definitely experienced that before.
It's nice being immersed.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
So we'll see.
We will see.
A new thing we haven't tried yet. So that brings us to seeking balance.
Yes.
Seeking balance to the pleasure paradox. Honesty, if you feel like you have an addiction to it and your finances are running really low because you're out every weekend.
You've been to Hito 4 times this year.
Right. Maybe have some honesty towards that. Spread out the fun.
Yeah.
Right. Try to consciously spread that out. Make sure your pie is more balanced. Your entertainment pie is balanced. You've got vanilla life.
Do some vanilla travel along with your swinger travel, right?
Yes.
Don't make it all fun.
Yes.
I mean, vacation should be fun too, but not that kind of fun.
And then take breaks if you need to. Remember that normal is okay. Your lifestyle versus hobby.
Right.
We did an episode on that last week, right?
Yeah.
We kind of view it. We think that we've done both. In the beginning, it was more of a hobby. We just kind of dabbled, right? And then it became more of something that was all the time. Everything was that focus. And now we're probably more in the hobby aspect of it. It's a little different because this has become more of a business, for us. So it's part of our part-time job, basically, that we don't get paid for.
Yeah, because it requires a great deal of work.
Yeah.
And I think one of the other aspects that, and this plays into the social media and a lot of the other stuff that we were talking about, but I think it also applies in the lifestyle, and that's don't compare. So someone
really
isn't
hard.
having more fun than you, and trying to have that comparison. And this gets really hard, especially when you start talking about sex and the level of how many orgasms she's having versus how many you're having. That's happened before.
He's doing a better job of this and that or whatever, or they're having more fun, or they've
Or
got
your
it
husband's having more fun with this other woman. Yeah.
Or they've got it all figured out and we don't have it figured out and I don't understand what's wrong. That was always my thing. I was like, why don't we have it? Why don't we have this figured out? Why is it so?
Because it's hard. Because it's life. It's real life, and there's feelings, and there's stuff
and
going on.
It's messy, and you're coordinating what? Oh,
and
yes.
And I was going to say this honesty towards addiction really comes down to kind of mindfulness and introspection. And I think
Mm,
it's really important to kind of take a step back from things sometimes and really think about, why am I having the feelings that I'm having, or why do I feel compelled to always find the next event?
yeah.
You know, that there's some mental health in taking a step back from things, as you said,
Hmm.
and really reassessing occasionally,
Hmm.
and having that like healthy perspective on what.
And we did. I put the brakes on at one point, and we took about an 8-month break
Sure. Yeah.
because I was just so tired of trying to figure out the swinging lifestyle and figure out dating and figuring out couples and figuring out protocol. And there's just
Yeah.
so many things to figure out that I just, my brain was full.
Right.
And then I just needed to not think about it.
So what are some ways that people can kind of like recenter themselves or ground themselves, that would be helpful for this, to kind of take a step back from the phones and the events and the parties and all of the dopamine stuff that's going on?
Mm-hmm. I would say just step away from the lifestyle for a little bit. Um, Yoga, walking, exercise has always been my go-to.
Yeah.
It really, really does help. Meditation, if that's what you're into,
Going backpacking out in the woods
we
and
do that a lot.
relaxing, and just not having stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're out backpacking, you can't be on your phones, you can't be checking for events, you can't be seeing how well the last episode did, like all of that kind of stuff that I get caught up in.
Yeah,
um it's important to step back from that stuff. Really.
I know. Our little monitor went
Everything's
off.
falling asleep.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even say go to a meet and greet unless you're you're immune to FOMO, because if you're not a meet and greet, you're gonna find someone that's going to some new party that you hadn't heard about, and you'll be like,
Right.
"What? I want to know." Or some new Telegram chat that you're not in, and it's like,
That.
"Oh my god, oh, I
Yeah.
feel so left out because I'm
Yeah.
not in that Telegram chat." And then, yeah, it's torture. So just wait it out, you know, wait out this dopamine high, let your body kind of settle back down, and your brain will naturally strive to reach that homeostasis.
Yeah, and kind of a bonus tip for this, and this isn't in the episode, but it kind of plays on a lot of this stuff, and that's pace yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're going at it nonstop to the point where you're probably going to burn out,
Mhm.
maybe just take a go to a few less events. Maybe not go to every meet and greet that happens to come up. Um, give yourself that break and kind of meter it out a little bit, so that you can kind of have high moments, and then you can
Mhm.
kind of, oh yeah, we had such a good time last weekend. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Live in those feelings for a little bit, and the memory of it, instead of trying to get the next one going and kick it off again.
Yeah. And guaranteed, when people are that they tell you, "Oh, oh yeah, we have like 20 friends and we all travel together," and blah, blah, blah," and you're like, "What?" Like, man, I wish I had that. I call bullshit. Just
Right.
it's bullshit. It's not true. Travel is to the local club, like, and it's two friends. Like, it's not real. Like, 100%. So don't get all wound up like I used to, because I quickly figured out that their description is not even close to reality.
Right. Right.
It's,
Well, you've had 5 drinks in a night.
yeah,
Everybody's the hottest people you've ever had at a party. I mean,
it-
it just happens.
I know.
Um, Ken talks about in here. We'll address some questions here. Yeah, Oklahoma. I know that's exactly what I said. I was like, holy crap, that's like in the middle of
I know.
super conservative
I know.
South, so to speak.
I know.
I guess it's the dirty South if it's in Texas area. But anyway, and yeah, I'm kind of convinced with as many Mormon swingers that we've run across in the lifestyle in
Hmm.
the 10 years that there's the really repressed people they come out hard. Like
Yeah.
they are the hard partiers and apparently swinging, and they have like 1,800 people come out of the woodwork just for that event. Um, and I absolutely like your strategy, Ken, for 2 days, have a blast, let it all hang out, and then you're like, can't do that all the time.
Right.
I need a couple days to rest and put some ointment on things because I'm a little sore.
Right.
Uh,
I know.
we've had those parties before,
We
and
have. Yeah.
then yeah, it does. It puts things in a little perspective for you because you're like, getting too old for this, getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, dopamine's a real thing. I never really um looked at that chemical, the natural chemical response of the body and how it really does fuck with your mind.
Well,
What
it happens automatically, so it's
I
not even something
know.
you have to think about. It just happens to you.
I know. And this is why you know, doctors are so careful when they prescribe any kind of mood altering drug because it can have great impacts and they
Sure.
tend to step you up carefully and step you down carefully because of the way it alters your mood and your mind. And
Right.
I mean, it's no joke.
No, and if you think about that, you've got this, normalized level of maybe dopamine, and then you go off of your meds, and then you drop to an abnormal under low, and that's
Right.
why things
That's
are.
why.
There's actually another strategy that happens with that too. But because I'm not a therapist or a
Or a
psychologist
doctor.
or a doctor, we just say the fancy doctory words on a podcast. Um, we recommend a group that deals with this kind of stuff. And if you want to talk to a coach or a counselor about this,
Mm-hmm.
we highly recommend it. We absolutely believe in couples therapy and swinger therapists and all of that stuff. Um, we'll put a link to a group called Expansive Connection at the bottom of this episode in the show notes, and reach out to them, talk to them about their services. We've had them on our episodes before. We've done interviews with them, and we highly recommend seeking professional help if you need somebody to talk to.
And they practice the lifestyle. They're in the lifestyle in some form, shape or form.
Right,
Some of them are polyamorous. Some they have a staff of I think 4 people, one
right.
gentleman, I think 3 women, and yeah, they're really great,
Yeah, good
and
good
they're
people.
really great resource. And I love that they're available to this community.
Absolutely. So,
Yes.
before we get into that, let's and because I get to try out my new thing. Woo! We got our new Q&A thing down here in the corner. Oh wait, I don't have my. Oh, it moved because the camera changed. Um, are let's see what questions come up. If anybody has any additional questions, I'll see.
I liked our new format where we were reading people's questions and comments in the middle. I think that's better for everybody.
Oh yeah, I like it too. Um,
It's
let's.
fun. It's like you guys are really here with us.
I
It's really
know.
nice.
Mm, do do do.
Are you checking our other streams?
I am checking our other streams just to see who is there and who is not there and what's going on. And now I'm going to switch back to main view. It it's really funny with this technology stuff. Like I have a whole bunch of screens in front of me. I get why a lot of people stream and they have like multiple monitors,
Yeah.
but because ours is much more of a conversational podcast,
Yeah.
I can't have like a wall of monitors
Right.
here.
Right.
So it does become a little fidgety
Nee,
with
nee, nee.
things. There's probably a better way for me to do that. Oh, we just had somebody join on
Oh,
on Twitch. You're like coming in at the last bit.
oh, I
But if you
know.
have questions, now is the time.
Yeah, because we're about ready to sign off.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end here.
This was a good episode. It's about an hour. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It was a good topic. I think we went into it in a little bit more depth than what we did, and kind of a different aspect about it, because we've done the episode about NRE before, and we've talked about this kind of stuff, dabbled about, but I think it's an important thing, and I think a lot of people don't realize that this is what's going on in their brain.
Yeah, because there's a lot that's happening, and they don't perhaps pay attention to what the chemical reaction is doing to all your feelings and how it's driving your decisions, quite
Right.
honestly.
Right. And we didn't even get into the whole aspects of how dopamine has an impact on consent. Like, we didn't even talk about that. I mean, like
No.
that's a whole other episode where we talk
Yeah.
about, chemically altering your brain and making important life decisions probably not the best thing.
It was seriously some crazy shit with the single guy and the dopamine high that it had me on. It was weird. I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it, but
It made you uncomfortable.
it made me uncomfortable because it wasn't me, and I knew something was going on and I didn't understand what was going on, and
Right.
that's when I started diving into the dopamine nation and the book and kind of reading up on
Yes.
serotonin and dopamine.
Yes.
And once I understood that, I was like, okay, all right.
That explains so
It's
much.
just my body trying to seek normalcy.
Yeah.
I just have to wait it out.
Well, and it's exciting.
Sure.
We've talked about it a little bit, but I enjoy attention because I didn't get a lot of attention when I was younger.
But we all like
Oh, everybody craves it. Everybody
Yeah.
likes it. But definitely the lifestyle has brought out that level of like flirting and getting attention. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that.
You get super flirty when you have a drink, maybe 2 drinks in you. It's really cute.
Oh yeah. I am like,
But you get a little dangerous sometimes where Ed will sometimes
I
start
flirt
writing.
with everybody.
It'll start writing checks, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, I don't even know these people yet. Like, cause he's over on the other side of the pool. And I'm over here. I'm like, who are these people? He's like, let's take it back to the room. And I'm like, hi, I'm Phoebe. Like, gotta catch me up here. Catch me up.
That has happened a couple times. It's happened in reverse a couple times too.
Yeah, it has. But you're a good sport. I'm just like dragging
I'm
him.
good to go.
Let's go.
I'm good to go.
This is so and so. This is so and so. The room is 333. We're going right now. Got it? Okay, great. Let's go.
I brought my. Let me grab my hat. Ready to go. All right. So let's see. We do have some questions in here, sort of. Miwook joined and then left. Bye. Sorry. Bitcoin Barber. Hola, Ed and Phoebe. Good to see you in here again. And then
Want to be Woodsmith. I am E&M and Polly, and my wife is not, and we don't play together. Got any advice for trying to find networks to socialize? Yeah, there's, I guess the
there's
standard ones.
so many.
Really, I mean, you really have to start digging a little bit. You can try Reddit. You can try all the swinger dating sites, SDC, Cassidy, SLS, LLV. You could try some of the dating apps, Field, 3Fun. You could try
Ken pointed out FetLife. Which is a
I was
really
getting
good
there
choice.
too. Yeah. That might be really honestly the best place to start because it's free.
Yeah, FetLife's kind of nice. It's more of a community too
Yes.
than like a dating app. And so you
Yeah.
can kind of get to know people and
Yep.
figure out what you're into. Now, I will say that FetLife really is kind of catering towards that kinkier side of
Mm-hmm.
sex positivity, and less so swinging. But it's also just a good community for people who, because they're all sex positive, so it's
Right.
it's not a bad place to start.
And I think there's a fair amount of poly groups on there as well. And what's great about FetLife is you can really dial in
Yeah.
those search areas for
Yep.
what you're looking for.
Area searches, filters for what kink or lifestyle you're looking for.
Although Ken just said FetLife is okay. Like
Y- y-
okay.
and I think where I'm leaning with it is it's it's definitely more like a social online hangout place, and people definitely have kind of like an artificial life, a second life on FetLife.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily a good place to find people for real life hookups. So if you are looking for that kind of physical connection with somebody else, your mileage will vary. And I'll say, just in general, finding another couple or a partner online is hard.
It is hard, and we love meeting people in person,
Yeah,
which is what Ken said. I
yeah,
mean, that's really our go-to too. It just didn't work online. It's too impersonal. And the chats, I just can't do it.
yeah, yeah. So finding meetups.
Yep.
The conversation has shifted a little bit in the chat. Finding meetups so that you can actually talk to people face to face, or parties.
Yeah.
Pretty good place to go.
Mm-hmm.
There may be something new coming out very soon to find other places to connect with people. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Do. Ken had some good advice.
Ken's Ken's a learned man.
He is.
He's been around for a while. I always enjoy Ken's comments
Oh
in
no.
on our posts and our stuff. So thank you for participating, Ken. We appreciate you. Yeah, and Meetup as a website, eh,
Mm,
not really a lifestyle place. It sounds like it is because of the name, but we haven't found anything
no.
lifestyle in there. It's very, very vanilla,
Yeah.
and it also tends to be a little weird.
Yeah.
Meetup used to be fun. Like, we've been to some meetup parties before.
Yes.
They 100% vanilla, and had a good time, but it's been a while.
Yeah. It has been
It's
a
been a
while.
while. Well, cool.
Yeah. But I will say a little plug for us and the new website we're building. We are making something very special for users and promoters to find things very easily
Yes.
across the United States.
That is a
So,
big first.
yeah. It's free.
We're dropping some stuff here.
It's free.
Not out yet, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll have more information on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, you guys got any more questions for us
Yeah,
before we sign off?
Get them while they're hot.
Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Oh boy, I'm gonna start singing.
Yeah, you were busting out. You were busting out.
And I'm just drinking a soda. I'm not even drinking anything.
I don't know. Me
I got all
either.
excited about Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
No.
And if you know what that was from, leave it in the comments. All right. Well,
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you joining our little Wednesday night party. Don't forget your homework. Tell a friend about our show. And if you want, leave a review and definitely leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji, and I'll steal this from somebody else. And if you know who it is, you can also leave that in a comment because, engagement. You can leave us a voicemail at 916-538-0482, or you can contact us at swingeruniversity.com.
Oh, you know what, you guys? I was just thought I would share. You may have seen me drinking out of this. So I've got this can in here. This is a cozy, isn't it cute? So
He's a little jacket cozy. Here, wait, I gotta switch cameras. There you go.
yeah. So you can hold it. It's pretty substantial. You can hold it by the arm. You can put your hand through it. It's got like it actually unzips the little can. It's so cute. And it's Puffin. The brand is Puffin, Puffin. They're a bit pricey. You can buy them online from them. I think they're on Amazon as well, and they have some taller ones for the tall cans. But I just think they're just adorable. They have all kinds.
And we're not sponsored by them, by the
No,
way.
but I just love these things. And I just thought I would share because it's sitting here and saw me drinking out of it. I don't get it. We don't get any affiliate dollars or anything out of that. But for some reason, I just love this because it's easy to hold and it's unique. And you get the firefighter jacket, the football jersey one. Like they're all
They're
there's
cute.
tons
They're
of
very
them.
cute.
So if you're looking for a Christmas present, I've been doing Christmas shopping early. So like this is one of the things on my list. So.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That was just a freebie there for just because.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. And as we say, keep learning, keep growing, and keep it sexy. And we'll talk to you guys next time. And if you want to catch next week's episode, you do have to join Patreon because we have to keep balance in our life. And every other Wednesday is the public episodes. But if you want to hear the behind the scenes and the stuff that's going on in our private lives, stuff that we don't talk about in the main episode, you're gonna have to check us out on Patreon. So till next time.
Ciao, ciao.